to some of the ministers just conveying South Africa's profound appreciation to the Cuban government with regards to the medical assistance that they've rendered to the country.
Yes, indeed. The ministers talking about the relations between the two countries, and you are aware that the three ministers were in exile and they understand very well what is happening and in terms of where we come from with Cuba. Earlier on, you also spoke about at the same time when the country is supposed to be celebrating the Freedom Day. Unfortunately, we find ourselves...
Sophie, I'm so sorry to do this to you again. We need to go back to Waterkloof Air Force Base, and the line has since been established. Let's now cross their lawn.
El gobierno de Sudáfrica está comprometido con nuestra cooperación y también en continuar trabajando de conjunto para eliminar los graves problemas que azotan el continente.
As South Africa, we remain resolute in our joint endeavor to enhance our relations and to advance the development agenda of the South.
Como Sudáfrica, mantenemos nuestro compromiso conjunto para continuar trabajando y promover la agenda del desarrollo.
We continue to strive for the end to the blockade against Cuba.
Seguimos
luchando
por la eliminación del bloqueo en contra de Cuba y por el levantamiento de todas las sanciones sobre el pueblo de Cuba.
I wish to conclude by thanking the Departments of Defense, of Health, of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, and South African Airways for all the hard work in bringing our Cuban comrades to South Africa.
Queremos terminar agradeciendo al Ministerio de Defensa, Gobierno Cooperativo, de Salud y a la aerolínea sudafricana por todo su gran trabajo en traer a esta brigada.
I also wish to thank Ambassador Benito Zveton for the excellent relationships that our embassy and our department enjoy with the people and government of Cuba, and the work he has done to strengthen our relations. Muchas gracias and welcome to South Africa.
También agradezco al embajador Rodolfo Benítez Verso por el apoyo y la cooperación con nuestro ministerio y su contribución al fortalecimiento de nuestras relaciones. Muchas gracias.
I now call upon the Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Patra, to come and welcome you.
Ahora hemos llamado al viceministro de Salud para darle la bienvenida.
Thank you very much, our program director, Minister Jackson Tembu. Let me acknowledge all the ministers who have already been acknowledged in the interest of time, seeing also that the weather is not very good today. And also pass my greetings to our good friend, His Excellency Ambassador Rodolfo Benítez Verson.
En primer lugar, agradezco a todos, a los ministros que hayan sido mencionados y que en aras del tiempo nos vamos a mencionar. Y le agradecemos, y en especial a su excelencia, el embajador Rodolfo Benítez Verson, por estar acá con nosotros.
Let me also recognize our senior officials from various departments, Departments of Defense, from DERCO, from Department of Health, all of those who are here today to welcome our honored guests.
También reconozco a los funcionarios principales que están aquí presentes y que han hecho esto posible, tanto del Ministerio de Relaciones Exteriores como del Ministerio de Salud.
But indeed, my greatest greetings go to our honored guests, the Cuban Medical Brigade. We say, welcome, welcome to South Africa.
Pero el saludo principal va hacia nuestros honrados huéspedes, la Brigada Médica Cubana, a las que le decimos, bienvenido, bienvenido, bienvenido a Sudáfrica.
On behalf of the Ministry of Health specifically, because you are going to be working with us over the next couple of months, we are indeed very pleased on my own behalf and on behalf of Minister Mkhize. We say indeed welcome. We're looking forward to a very great relationship with yourself over the next few months.
Y también en nombre del Ministerio de Salud, con quienes vamos a estar trabajando de conjunto en los próximos meses, en mi nombre propio, en el nombre del Ministro de Salud, con quienes todos esperamos trabajar muy de conjunto en los meses que se avecinan.
Indeed, as my colleagues have mentioned, it is not by accident that you arrive at a very important day in the history of our country, our 26th anniversary of freedom. Today, as we just passed 12 o'clock, we're starting to mark our 26th anniversary of the freedom of the people of South Africa.
Y como se mencionó, están llegando en un día especial, el día del 26 aniversario de la libertad de Sudáfrica. Por eso lo reconocemos en esta fecha importante.
You arrived at a time when we have just started to, in the early days of our battle against the coronavirus pandemic. We here in South Africa are on our day number 53, since the first patient was confirmed on the 5th of March this year. So you arrived at a time when we are indeed getting into the serious battle with this coronavirus.
Ustedes están llegando a Sudáfrica en un momento en que estamos empezando la fase más difícil de la batalla contra la pandemia del coronavirus. Es el día 53 desde que se encontró el primer paciente en Sudáfrica, lo que quiere decir que están llegando en el momento donde vamos a empezar la parte más difícil de la batalla.
Our government has taken various steps, very serious steps, to make sure that we can suppress the upsurge of the coronavirus, but nevertheless we are aware of the fact that over the next 3 months we expect the high peak of this coronavirus. As you can feel the temperature today, we are just in the early days of our winter, and you just arrived at the time when we will be battling both the winter with the flu virus, but also combined with the coronavirus.
Ustedes están llegando en un momento, en este momento en que ahora vamos a empezar a trabajar porque está llegando la etapa del invierno, el invierno Sudáfrica, y por tanto tenemos que luchar contra la enfermedad asociada al invierno, el catarro asociado al invierno, más el coronavirus, independientemente de que el gobierno de Sudáfrica ha tomado severas medidas para poder contrarrestar la propagación de la enfermedad.
I want to take this opportunity to thank all the leadership of our country, the ministers here in our coronavirus committee led by the Command Council, which is led by the President, for this very strong leadership which we have experienced as government and as a country.
Aprovecho la oportunidad también para agradecer a los ministros que están aquí, a los ministros que integran el Consejo Nacional de Mando contra el Coronavirus, en especial encabezado por nuestro presidente. Les agradezco por todos los esfuerzos que se han hecho.
I want to thank our heads of state from Cuba and South Africa for the leadership which has made sure that we are here today welcoming you to our soil.
Y quiero agradecer a nuestros jefes de estados de Sudáfrica y de Cuba por su esfuerzo y la relación que ha permitido que ustedes estén aquí hoy ayudándonos a luchar contra esta pandemia.
I want to thank all the ministers without going one department by department, the defense, the DERCO, and all the ministers who have made sure that together with our Minister of Health, we have been able to initiate this particular program, submit it to our heads of state, and ultimately approved by the head of state. And now we are here today. I say on behalf of our health ministry, thank you very much for this very good support and cooperation.
Le damos el agradecimiento a los ministros, a todos aquellos que hicieron posible, hicieron esta propuesta a nuestro presidente, a nuestro jefe de Estado, que permitió que pudieran estar ustedes hoy aquí. Le agradezco a todos.
I want to thank our good friend, Ambassador, for the good support right from the beginning, motivation, all the logistical preparations which made sure that today we are here, and indeed we are looking forward to the strengthening of this relationship as we fight this common enemy.
Y le queremos agradecer a nuestro amigo el embajador por todo su apoyo, por la motivación que nos dio en este sentido, por todo el apoyo logístico para hacer esto posible, y por supuesto estamos ansiosos de seguir desarrollando y fortaleciendo estas relaciones en la lucha contra esta pandemia.
I want to thank the crew of the pride of our nation. I know our airline has a number of difficulties, but we are very proud to the crew and the pilots and the entire crew of the South African Airways for having looked after you through crossing the Atlantic Ocean, and you have arrived safely here in South Africa.
Y queremos agradecerle a la tripulación de nuestra aerolínea sudafricana, que sabemos que ha estado enfrentando dificultades, el verdadero orgullo de nuestra nación, a esa tripulación que hizo posible que ustedes arribaran seguros, que cruzaran el Atlántico y arribaran seguros y hayan cuidado de ustedes.
And finally, I want to thank your families for having supported you and allowed you to come and spend time with us here in fighting this invisible enemy of the coronavirus.
Y finalmente queremos agradecerles a sus familias por haberles permitido estar aquí con nosotros, ayudándonos en esta lucha contra la COVID-19. Muchísimas gracias.
We say welcome to South Africa. I'm sure by the time you go back, you'll be speaking at least 2 or 3. We've got 11 official languages in South Africa, so over and above Spanish, you'll not only learn English, you'll learn 2 or 3 other African languages. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Bienvenidos a Sudáfrica. Esperemos para el momento que terminen la misión y hablen alrededor de 2 o 3 de los 11 idiomas oficiales de Sudáfrica. No solo inglés, pero sino 2 o 3 de estos 11 idiomas oficiales. Muchas gracias.
We now call upon His Excellency the Ambassador, who has done wonderful work to bring all of you here. Ambassador Benitez Versen. Sir, His Excellency, Your Excellency.
Ahora le damos la palabra al embajador de Cuba en Sudáfrica, Su Excelencia Rodolfo Rodríguez.
No traduzca, que voy a hablar en inglés y después en español. No traduzca. Dear ministers and other representatives present here today, dear members of the South African National Defense Force, we have done an excellent job organizing this very quickly and very well. All protocols observed. Dear Cuban comrades, welcome to the beautiful land of Nelson Mandela. We are very proud of you. You are our best soldiers because you are the soldiers of the army of the white guns created by our commander-in-chief, Fidel Castro. Your mission in South Africa is going to be a difficult one, a complex one. You will be fighting every day against an invisible enemy, a very destructive enemy. And you will have to do so without your families, without your friends, without your homies in Cuba. But we know that you are very well prepared to face any difficulty. We know that you will raise very high the name of Cuba. I can assure you that everywhere you go in this beautiful nation, you will be received a lot of affection and love from everybody. I can also assure you that you will have the full support of the South African government. There can be no more honorable mission than the one entrusted to you. Through your work, you will be saving life of brothers and sisters in South Africa, and you should be proud of that. Acting together, South Africans and Cubans, COVID-19 will be defeated faster in South Africa. Your arrival is a clear demonstration that the legacy of our historical leaders, Nelson Mandela and Fidel Castro, is very much alive and strong. We wish you a very successful mission. As His Excellency President Ramaphosa said, relations between Cuba and South Africa are solidarity in action. And the fact that you are here today is a clear demonstration of that. So I will now beg the indulgence of my brothers and sisters from South Africa to let me say a few words in Spanish. I need to do so.
Okay.
Queridos compañeros, a nombre del colectivo de cubanos en Sudáfrica, le damos la más calurosa bienvenida a la hermosa tierra de Mandela. Estamos muy orgullosos de ustedes, nuestros mejores soldados, los soldados del ejército de batas blancas que creó nuestro comandante en jefe, Fidel Castro. Su misión en Sudáfrica será compleja, será difícil. Cada día tendrán que luchar contra un enemigo invisible, poderoso y destructivo. Y van a tener que hacerlo sin la compañía de sus familias, sin la compañía de sus amigos, sin tener sus hogares que tienen en Cuba. Pero estamos seguros que están bien preparados para vencer cualquier dificultad. Puedo asegurarles, donde quiera que ustedes vayan en este hermoso país, lo verán, van a recibir todo el cariño y el amor de este pueblo que ama a Cuba. Queridos compañeros, con su trabajo consagrado, ustedes vienen a salvar vidas. Van a salvar las vidas de muchos hermanos y hermanas sudafricanos. Y eso, este pueblo nunca lo va a olvidar. La llegada de ustedes a Sudáfrica es una clara demostración de que el legado que nos dejaron Nelson Mandela y Fidel Castro está plenamente vigente y sigue vivo. Cito a nuestro comandante en jefe: ser internacionalista es saldar nuestra propia deuda con la humanidad. Quien no sea capaz de luchar por otros no será nunca suficientemente capaz de luchar por sí mismo. Les deseamos todos los éxitos en la importante misión que ustedes comienzan a desempeñar desde hoy y cuenten por favor con todo nuestro apoyo. Gloria eterna al comandante en jefe Fidel Castro. Gloria eterna a Nelson Mandela. ¡Viva la amistad indestructible entre Cuba y Sudáfrica! ¡Hasta la victoria! ¡Siempre! ¡Patria o muerte! ¡Venceremos! Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you very much. That brings us to the, I know that you will direct us, but before you do so, let's thank again on behalf of our government, the captain who brought you here, the captain of that flight, and the entire crew. We say to you, thank you very much for bringing the Cuban doctors here and the brigade here. Of course, also the South African Airways, thank you very much for bringing our our Cuban doctors here. Having said that, we can then hear from you how you direct us now, because we are almost done with the celebration activity.
Only ministers line up there for a photo session with the background of those comrades.
Colleagues, ministers have been asked that if you can line up there so that we have a photo opportunity with our doctors. Ministers and deputy ministers, that's where we go.
No, I think it's right there. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm taking the mic now. I'm taking the mic. Yes. All right. Live photograph with South Africa's ministers and as well the ambassador of Cuba here in South Africa. Just behind them there, I would say about 20 of those part of the medical brigade. Just a group photograph to officially sign off today's proceedings. And of course, from here, straight to those 14-day quarantine. Before then, the members of this medical team will then be deployed to different parts of the country.
With our Cuban doctors.
The generals also now taking the opportunity as well to have a group photograph with those who've been brought into the country to assist. Truly a momentous occasion under very difficult circumstances. But certainly, judging also from a bit of the viewer engagement that we have been having with some of our viewers here on the SABC News channel. And certainly it's a moment of pride, of comradeship, of friendship, an extension of care as some of the other healthcare professionals are making their way onto the buses right there. You'll see just behind. They will then make their way onto those buses and head to Pretoria, a different part of Pretoria, where they will be in quarantine for 14 days. Here they are walking away now. The ones who had been standing right here in the front, they will also join some of their colleagues who will, of course, now head to that bus